Hello everybody. This is Alyssa from Arts and Crafts, and today I have an unboxing for you guys. So these canvases, I thought it was only going to be one, but it ended up actually being two canvases. These two canvases were sent to me from the company Letistitch. They are a UK-based company. I've known them primarily for cross-stitching, but they have also more recently branched out into the diamond painting world, which if you sell cross-stitch patterns, it really only makes sense to also do diamond paintings, since you can use the jar for both. And Mochi has already decided that she wants this box. Would you stop, Sushi? Come on. I need to open the box, Mo. You gotta get down. So we're gonna open this up. There are two canvases in here, and I believe one is going to be a round, which is the one that I had picked out, and then the other one is a square. So huge shout out to Letistitch for sending these to me to showcase for you guys. But we're gonna go ahead and take a look and see what I've got once I get Mochi to move off my box. Come on, move. Pretty girl, move. She's like, no, I am not moving. Too funny. All right, so we are gonna open this up. Go, yes, that's right. Go climb in your box. All right, so look at this. These are smaller ones, which makes me happy because I like smaller kits. They do have a whole variety of sizes from different canvases. So it looks like there are two here. Oh, that's kind of interesting to have two different size boxes. I'm kind of intrigued by that. All right, so we're gonna take a look at them. We're gonna take a look at, like, see, there's this one here, and oh my goodness, throwing things on the floor, Mochi. Ugh. Cats. What can you do? Cats. All right. So we have two canvases here that we're going to be taking a look at. This one I think is the one that was sent that was not the one that I picked out. So it's an additional one. And then this is the one that I had picked out. So we're going to go over this one first, which should be a round one. We will see. And then we will go over this one here as well. So we're going to set that off to the side. And I'm going to grab some stickers. I do have to say this box is kind of cool. It's definitely a little bit bigger. I'm going to end up pulling it out of the box and leaving it out of the box. Realistically, I'm actually going to work on this canvas for you guys because that's something that I've like to do when I'm unboxing a new to me small shop, is I like to actually open up and look at the actual canvas and work on the, well, obviously we're going to look at the actual canvas. I like to work on the actual canvas and at least get like a small section done for you guys so you guys can see what the canvas looks like with drills down, because that's really what we all want to know, is what does it look like with drills down. So we're going to take this one out. All right. So, okay, that's an interesting sticker sheet. Oh, it has like a little carrying box on it. So, oh, there's the actual image. So this is going to be the image that we're looking at. It's called Water Lily, and the artist for this one is called Luna Arts. So this is a Letistitch. They call their diamond painting line Dazzle Dots. And this is actually shipped from the United Kingdom. So in case you wondered, it ships from the UK. So great news for all of our like UK-based people. Looks like we have a sticker sheet right here. And this is actually a pre-cut sticker sheet. I kind of like how it comes like this, because then I can easily, peel them off and I don't have to go through the whole process. Very much like little waste when it comes to that. So that'll be easy enough to kit them up. But you can see it looks like we have 52 colors in this one, which includes a couple ABs. So we're going to take a look at it and see. So this one is in rounds. And this will be my first time opening a diamond painting from this company. They are a new to me small shop. So as we take a look at this, we're going to look at here. This is a toolkit. So it's going to be a very basic toolkit, which, I mean, is completely fine. You have your basic pen. You have a basic tray, which is great for people that are just getting started, and if you want to buy it for somebody and they don't have tools, like a lot of us do have our own tools, but if you don't, this is perfect. It looks like you get blue wax, which I have not utilized blue wax or anything like that in ages, so I can't even begin to tell you like blue versus red, but I've heard a lot of people that like the blue wax better. You get the little tray, and then you have a small bag of baggies. So some additional baggies that you can use for kitting up the canvas. So that is our toolkit, and it looks like our drills come in the blister packs like this. So there's our drills. We'll take a closer look at them in a minute. I want to pull this out. So I actually like the back of this canvas. It does not have that creepy soft felty backing. It's more of like a smoother canvas backing, but it still has like the surged edges, so that way you have that design for it. Looking at it here, they don't have the artist name on the canvas here, but if you go to the website, they do have the artist name on the canvas, or on the image on the website. And I believe a lot of the images that they offer as diamond paintings, they do also offer as cross stitches. So they'll have their cross stitch artist is usually what the artists are. So you can see Letistitch needlework kits. because again, they are a cross stitch originally company. And you can see over here, we have our legend with 52 colors, including 2 ABs. It looks like this one is a 40 by 50. So we have a 40.6 by 50.7 centimeter round roll canvas. You can see here, it shows what you're actually going to be diamond painting right there on that part. The plastic is not the super thin plastic, but not the super thick plastic. It's like a medium plastic. So that's where we fall for that. We have some good adhesive. So I like the stick that I have right there. And we're going to take a look at this. So render, just from a quick glance, looks pretty straightforward. It looks like they use a combination of alphabet, numbers, and special symbols in here when we look at how it is started off. So you can see there A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. And then they go into 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I do like to see that we don't use 6 and 9 in the same canvas because those can be confusing. And then we have some special symbols, which all look like they're going to be easy to tell apart. So let's go ahead and take a close-up look at the drill field. Let me turn off my overhead so we can see it without the glare. So drill field looks really easy to see. I like the fact it does have those small subtle guide circles, but they're not the atrocious ones, those really big ones that annoy me to no end. We do have some of them with like the red on them, but it's really not a ton of them. It's definitely good clarity. I'm not seeing anything that I'm struggling to see or to make out as I'm looking at that render. So that is our image, which is a really pretty image. I do love my water lilies, hence the reason I got the water lily one. We're going to take a look at the drills. We're not going to go over them by DMC number. I'm just going to show them so you guys can see the colors and see a quick glance at the quality. Because the bags are not labeled by DMC. The bags are labeled 1 through 52. But I will work on a section of this canvas for you guys. So if you stay tuned to the end, you'll be able to see both of these worked on a little bit. So that way you can see the quality of what it looks like with drills down. So we're going to take a look at some of the colors. So these ones are acrylic rounds. Like many other shops, they do have acrylic rounds. I want to say that some of their canvases offer resin rounds, some acrylic rounds, and then they use resin squares. So you can kind of tell because there's those little dimples on the back of the rounds. But I found that really the acrylic rounds do not bother me in any way, shape, or form. They've got the beveled tops, so they're going to be good on that aspect. So you can see here we have some really pretty colors. I'm just going to do a quick run through so you guys can get an idea of the color palette. Lots of greens, and there's going to be lots of blues. We have some orangey reds, purples, pinks. I like the purples and pinks. More blues because, again, water. Some black, some brown. That's our first chain of drills. Our second chain, oh, I don't want it to fall down on the floor. Our second chain of drills here. We got some pinks, no more greens. And these are DMC numbered. When you look at the actual legend there, they are in DMC, which is nice versus other companies that will use their own delineation. Oh, I really like those two colors. Those are pretty. Pinks, more pinks, some earthy tones, some blues. Ta-da! All right, and then our third and final strand of colors. This is where we're going to have our ABs. So it looks like we have blue AB, we have yellow AB. I will probably add more specials than this to it because there's just the two. And I do like my specials. You guys know I do like my specials. So I will probably end up maybe potentially adding some more into like the flowers or whatnot. But there we go. So those are our drills. I'm going to slide the drills off to the side. I know it's super noisy. We're going to slide the drills off to the side, and we're going to take, I'm trying to think, I'll have to try to decide where I want to work section-wise. So it looks like this canvas is a combination. It's not like pure confetti. It does not look like there's any unnecessary confetti in here. So definitely this has the hand rendering to it, which because this was a cross stitch pattern to begin with, that would be why you don't see the crazy confetti, because it's not going to be a computer generated image. It is a hand generated image for cross stitch that was turned into a diamond painting. So you can see it has good blend for those colors. So that's one of those exciting things. But this is the first one. So I'm going to set this one off to the side, and we're going to take a look at the second image, which this will be my first time seeing the second one because, again, like I said, I picked out this one. I did not pick out the second one. They sent me two. I was not expecting to. So we're going to take a look at the second one and go from there. And I believe this one might be rounds. So this one came in a similar box. It's a little bit smaller. This one, it looks like it's got the label and everything right here. This one does actually say the artist's name, and it's actually the same artist. So this one's going to be a 50 by 40. It's called Beach Day Bliss, and the artist is Luna Art, which was the same artist as that other one that we've just looked at. So I like the fact that they have the artist on this one versus not having the artist on the other box. I'm intrigued if it has to do with this one being a newer image, because I did look, and this is this is one of the newer ones on the website. So I wonder if it has to do with that, the water lily being a little bit of an older image. Okay, I see why they did that. So yes, so the water lily, it looks like is older, because this is got the felt backing that everybody loves that I'm not a fan of. It's got the creepy soft felt backing. So I want to say that that's why they sent me both, because that one, great quality, looks fantastic, but it doesn't have the nice upgraded canvas like this one does. So in case you were wondering, you can have that nice upgraded canvas, so you'll kind of get a blend. Okay, and this one has the more traditional, comes with, looks like it may have been, yeah, it's definitely upgraded. You've got that surged poked edges right here. The plastic on this one, similar plastic, kind of not a heavy plastic, but not a thin plastic. It's a good plastic. We do have the same thing, combination of alphabet. We have numbers, letters, special symbols as well. Our kit is essentially the exact same thing. We have our pen, squishy, blue wax, boat, a little multi-placer there as well. So very similar on that aspect. But it looks like this one does actually include the more of a standard sticker sheet that we are used to seeing, which does include an actual sticker of the image, which I do like that. So that's from their newer line. This is a 50 by 40. It's got the directions on what to do, 70 colors, and it looks like this one has 3 ABs and 3 dust drills. So the ABs are going to be the Aurora Borealis, and then the dust drills are going to have that really fine mica coating on them. We're going to take a look at this. This right here is their premium quality series. And if you take a look on their website, this is the same cost, same size. So basically roughly the same cost as the previous one. So they're not upcharging you for this. I'm just laughing because I just looked over behind me on the floor where I put the box that these came in, and Mochi is sitting in the box giving herself a bath because Mochi. So here we have their premium quality series. And this is for, this is going to have the resin diamonds. It's going to have that glitter lined canvas. So that with that felted backing, the toolkit as well, which the toolkit was pretty much the same as the other toolkit they had, but definitely an upgrade on the canvas. And also this one is going to have resin drills. So we're going to take a look at these. And when it comes down to it, I'm fine with acrylic rounds or resin rounds. That doesn't bother me. But for squares, I absolutely have to have my resin squares. And if you want to know the difference between like resin versus acrylic, I highly recommend go over to Jada Gem Shop, Jadekin's YouTube channel. Jade has a really good video that explains the differences between rounds and squares. They have a really good video that explains the differences between acrylic versus resin drills. So we're gonna take a look at this. As you can see, like the image again, I can tell that this was a cross stitch pattern because it doesn't have crazy confetti. It has it, and especially now that I've been doing a lot of like cross stitches, it's something it's got that softness that'll look really good and render really well in a cross stitch pattern. I do like the fact that with the upgraded version, we now have the artist's name right here on the canvas, so Luna Art. And this is a really cute little seal. Oh my goodness, he's adorable. You still have the branding here. You have their socials right over here. Legend on both sides, and then Dazzle Dots, because that's the line that it is right there. I do really like this size point. These are going to be nice, compact, easy to work on sizes, which is great for me to be able to showcase for you guys. Let's take a look at the sticky. Oh yes, nice. This has some really good adhesive. So I'm happy about that. So anyways, that is our canvas. So you guys will be really, really happy with the canvas for that. We're going to take a quick look at the specials on this, some of the colors and the specials. I'm not necessarily going to go through every single color that's in here. This one will be much easier for me to work on for you guys and do a small section because everything comes in baggies. So I don't have to like kit it up yet because I don't have any storage to kit it up in. So we're going to take a look at some of these colors. So because we're not going to look at all of them because there's 72 colors. But like, look at these drills. These are some really nice looking drills. I'm not seeing any trash or anything like that in them. They look really good quality. I'm not good at these. They have, I think, the combo of facets. I'm not sure of how to, I'm not going to sit there and try to count facets on these drills because that's just not going to happen. So we have a lot of this color right here. It looks like a fairly good sized bag. In these drills, this like tan drills, they look really good. I'm not seeing any like crazy confetti or anything, or like crazy like trash. Like really no trash in them. They look like nice drills in here, so I'm happy about that. We have our 38.65. So here's our specials. So we're gonna take a look at these. We should have 6 specials. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, these are our specials. And you can see here we have the rest of our color palette for this, which is going to be a lot of like the tan earthy tones, but also we have lots of blues and pinks to add accent for our flowers down around the edges of the sand. Kind of one of those things where you're like, are we underwater or above water? I can't really tell. There's a sand castle, so I assume we're above water on the beach. And you know, you're seeing some of the foreground of the beach with our plants and the flowers that we have right there. So those are our symbols, or our drills. We're going to take a look at the specials right here. So we have 6 specials. So we have 3 ABs, and the ABs are going to be Aurora Borealis, which is that kind of that like Northern Lights coating that you see that kind of shimmers in all the rainbow colors. So it looks like we have this AB 209. We're going to have AB 554, like a paler pink. We're going to ignore all of my hangnails that I have. We have this beautiful AB 762, which is such a pale bluish tan tone. And then we have dust. So we have the dust drills. Some people call them glimmer, all of that, but you can see there's a really fine mica coating on these drills, which looks really pretty. So there's this pretty 553. And then we have a 3609. So that's another color. I do like the fact that these are bagged in baggies, and they have the drill, like the DMC number. And then you have 3689, which is that pretty pink. So I'm going to take a look here, and we're going to get an idea of where these special drills are on this canvas. So as we look, our AB 209 is actually going to be over here, both our 209 and our 554. So these 2 purpley pinks right here, those 2 are actually going to be down over here on the purples that we have right in here. The 2 of those drills are together right in here. Also kind of right here, there, and a little bit over here on this side for the purples. That's where we're going to see these. I have some random drills that have escaped that I really need to. All right. So that's where you're going to see these 2 ABs. And then we have AB 762, that more of a tan toned AB. This one is going to be ... 3 dots. I have to figure out where that one's going to be. Okay, so it looks like that one is scattered in, like, let's see, these are the 2 that we just looked at. So this AB right here, there's some of it right in here. And then I'm seeing a little bit more of it kind of over here, kind of as some highlight into that area there. I'm not seeing it down lower. So it's kind of like that blend of the water versus the sky versus the sand, a little bit of it right over into here as well. So that's where I'm seeing this AB. So now we have our 3 dust drills. Our first one is 553, which is actually going to be down in here. We're going to have that purple dust drill right there in that darker tone purples. That's where we've got this one and a little bit right there. Next up is our 3689 and 3609. Those ones are pinks, so those are going to be in these pinks right here. Same thing right there in that pink. I'm also seeing them over here in these pinks here. And a little bit in those pinks there. So that's where we're going to see those ABs. They're in the flowers, a little bit of an AB up in there. So that's where we have it. So basically our ABs are going to be in our dust, are going to be in the flowers, and then in this area here. I really should have looked on the other one to see where our ABs are going to be on the other one. But that's where we see those specials. I'm going to pull the other one right back out so we can take a look at where those specials are going to be. Because that's something that I do like to see, is where the specials would be. So on this one, our specials, we have a 444 AB, which is the yellow, and that's going to be this yellow here. It's also all of these yellows that really, really bright yellow that we're seeing kind of throughout all of this. That is the AB 444. And then we have 5200 AB, which is the white, which on this one, there's a few drills there. It's not a ton. There's some there, a couple drills there, kind of like pollen dots is more so what they are. And I think that's really where I'm seeing them, or in those 2, and a little bit right up in here, some of those pollen dots there as well. Now, all of the other bright in the little pollen dot type white right there. All of these other like white or really bright dots we're seeing scattered throughout is going to be the yellow. I will probably add some into the pinks because I do like some ABs on my pinks, and I think that would look nice. So I might add those. It depends on if I'm in the mood when I get to that point on working on this canvas. But anyways, that right there, you can see these are 2 canvases. They are from the same artist, Luna Arts, the same artist that created both of these. And you can see we have these beautiful water lilies, and then we have this super cute Beach Day Bliss. This is the newer version, and you can see it has the much upgraded canvas and everything else. And these are things that are shipped directly. You don't have to wait on them to be manufactured to have them shipped. This is something that was a very short turnaround time. It was just like a couple week turnaround time from the point of when they were, I said, yes, I want this one, to when they shipped it out to me. And they arrived really pretty quickly. It was a pretty seamless process. I think I got the notice just a couple days ago that they were being, like, maybe if like last week I got the notice that it was being shipped out. And then they arrived today, which is Thursday. So I'm filming it Thursday, and this will be up for you guys on Friday. So I'm going to do a little section on each of these so you guys can see a little bit of the quality and what it looks like. And then we will go from there. All right, so I have now completed a section on both of these. We're going to come on down so we can get like an up close look at this. So this right here is our first section. Ignore my putty scraps right there. But this is the first tiny little section that I did on the water lilies. I do have to say, I really like how the colors are looking on this. So if we look at it like that without the glare, you can see you've got these beautiful deep blues and the purple in there. It looks fantastic. And then we've got the greens coming over into here. Standard round drills. As you can see, the grid is actually really nice. Even though there's these little guide circles, you can see how with the placement, we didn't have any issues with like super visible guide circles. The spacing wise is pretty decent as far as these rounds are concerned. So really not bad at all. That one is placed really bad. So really not bad at all for a round. Granted, I usually don't have issues with most rounds unless they have one of those grids that is so far apart that you can't multi-place. And I didn't have that issue on this. Granted, I did not try multi-placing more than, like 7 or 8 drills kind of over in here because these are both a little bit more confetti heavy canvases, but this is the rounds. Overall turned out really good. I'm really pleased with the quality of it and the colors. Looks fantastic. And that's with the older one of the canvases. Now we're going to take a look at the Beach Day Bliss, our little seal. And this one I have got to say, so this is the squares, and this was probably like half the colors for this canvas were in this tiny little section. So it was very much a confetti heavy section. I do not do the best placement wise when it comes to squares. I also just don't care, and I just slap and go. So you'll have to take that and keep that in mind when you look at my placement on here. But really the grid is not bad at all. There's some very minor gapping, but that I think has more to do with my placement than anything else. It's not one of those atrociously tight grids where you have to worry about the drills popping, but it's also not something that's like super gappy. And I feel like if I were someone to actually go through and straighten, you can see from the bottom edge that my placement is not the greatest considering how I have these drills. And I think if I had focused on lining them up, so like if I push these guys up here, that gets rid of like the little bit of gapping that was there. And it's gonna be the same thing pretty much at any of these levels if I were one to actually, get a nice solid straight bottom edge. I feel like that would get rid of a lot of the small little tiny gaps that we might see. But overall, I'm really pleased with the grid on this. I think it looks great. The drills are fantastic quality. They are absolutely fantastic. You can see, look at that shimmer on them. It looks fantastic. And that's like how close up it is. This is more of a me placement issue over here than anything else. But otherwise, yeah, really overall pleased with the grid for it. It's not something that's super gappy or anything. And these are really light colors. And it's like, yes, you can see it when you're way up close, but I feel like, that again, that's a me placement issue. And if I were to take the time and actually, like line these up properly, that would resolve a lot of any of these tiny little gaps that we see around in there. It looks so much better when I do that, but I don't take the time to do that usually. But anyways, I really like the colors. It's very soft, watercolor-esque color palette on here. And yes, there were a ton of colors, but it wasn't like you working with a ton of yes, and it was a little bit more confetti-esque, but it didn't feel like, one of those computer rendered super confetti canvases that are painful to do. It felt like it was purposeful confetti. Because, you can look at it and look how great that looks. It looks really pretty. like with the soft flowers kind of in this foreground there. So anyways, that you can see, that is what the two canvases look like. We've got the rounds right here, and then we have the squares right here. And as you can see, this one is much darker coloring wise, and this one a much lighter color, so you can kind of get an idea a little bit of both. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed seeing the contrast between the two. Seeing these two canvases with drills down on them, I am absolutely pleased with the quality, and that's something that I would definitely purchase from them again to buy more, because it's definitely a quality that I'm happy with. But anyways, that is all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing this video and kind of seeing this unboxing of these two Letistitch canvases, which is a new to me small shop. And I'm really pleased with how they turned out. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and I will see you in the next video. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.